I'm recording this video for you from Camp Space of Africa, and I have a lot to pack into each and every day, which is why I record these videos for you right from where I'm at, and that is Primi, which is an Italian restaurant right now. But besides that, we have a lot to talk about, and tonight I'm actually going to touch on a few political topics, because it's inevitable. President Trump is causing a lot of chaos again in the markets, and we have to understand why that is and what is happening. First of all, for everyone who is shocked by the fact that President Trump will continue with the tariffs, and that is what is spooking the markets right now. He basically said the curfew is over. Mexico, China, and Canada will have to pay 25% tariff on imports. So if anyone is surprised about that, he's actually doing exactly what he said he would do. And maybe people are not used to politicians doing exactly what they say they would do, which is why they are confused a little bit. But he is moving forward with that, and we have to understand what that means for the financial markets. It's actually not very good for the financial markets. You will see possibly the stock market going down. Is not very good for crypto, because it makes the cost of production much higher inside of the US. But what this really is a tariff war. And when it comes to tariff wars, the country that has the biggest economy typically wins. The country that has the biggest economy in terms of importing goods from other countries, in this case, is the United States. They import a tremendous amount of goods from China, we all know that, from Mexico, from Canada, and in all honesty, the short term will hurt a little bit, because the first thing that will happen is that consumer goods are going to be more expensive within the United States. So that's going to hurt. Also, risk assets are going to fall, because the market and the economy doesn't like uncertainty. But what you and I need to understand, and I am realizing this more and more, is that President Trump is not a president who looks at what reactions his actions have tomorrow. I think he truly looks at the 4-year period of his presidency, and he wants to leave a legacy. He's not at all interested in what your bank account and my bank account look like today and tomorrow, but he wants to know that when he leaves his presidency, at least that is my conviction, he has done exactly what he set out to do, and that is bring inflation down in the US, bring an overinflated, artificially created market that is very hot, bring that down a little bit. Because we're basically, the US is known worldwide for the people that walks around with credit cards, maxes them out everywhere, creates a lot of debt, and to a certain extent that is true, right? So there's only one way you can stop that, and that is by shocking the system. And that is what President Trump is doing. He's shocking the system, and there's going to be a lot of short-term collateral damage, a lot. I have to admit, I did not foresee that playing out like that, but that is most likely what will happen. It is very likely the case that we won't see the crypto markets and the stock markets soar in the short term. But I do think that what is being set up right now will be phenomenal for the markets within 2 to 3 to 4 years. What does that mean for you as someone who is interested in crypto, as someone who's interested in long-term wealth building? Actually, I think it is an enormous chance to think like a long-term institutional investor. I think that the prices of high-risk assets will fall, and you have a very unique opportunity to do something that we call dollar cost averaging into what I believe is the most powerful and the most truthful form of money that will really dominate the next 50 to 100, 200, 300 years of finance. So I want you to think about, are you going to be missing out on an opportunity of your lifetime because you look at the short-term gains, or are you going to be happy about potentially falling prices so that you can build up an amount of high-value coins that will absolutely make you secure, wealthy, and rich in the future? It's not about the price of the coin, it's about the value of the coin and accumulating as many coins as possible. Coins that lay the foundation of how the future works, not only in finance, but also in operations of everything on the blockchain, which is why accumulating Bitcoin, accumulating Solana, accumulating ETH, no matter what happens, is, in my humble opinion, something you should aim for. Think of it as you being a collector of game cards, and you just go into this alternate reality where, for whatever reason, the cards are super cheap, okay? And you can buy as many as you can and just fill up your chest, your collection to your heart's content. That's most likely the possibility that we have in front of us. Now, the thing is, how do you make money in crypto during those times? It is certainly not with trading, because you and I, as retail investors, we don't stand any chances against the big institutions, against the AI-driven investments. It's absolutely impossible. So, but what we can do is, we can still do that. We can still understand that everything runs on something that we call decentralized finance. And luckily, the environment is still unregulated enough for you and I to partake in that. In other words, while everyone is digging for gold and losing their lives because they fall off the mines and they get hurt in the mines, you and I, we are selling the shovels and the wheelbarrows, right? You and I are renting out the rooms that the miners need to do their work. And we do that by investing in decentralized finance as our primary approach. The secondary approach is to accumulate as many coins as humanly possible, and it is healthy for you and your situation. And then, as a third priority, we can trade a little bit. But always protecting ourselves. And one way to trade that is really, really powerful, that automatically protects yourself, is to use other people's money. And that is something that is surprisingly easy to do in crypto, but you have to know how to do that. And you have to actually become good at trading, otherwise other people won't give you their money, right? So again, I think the world is about to experience a little bit of a systemic shock, both in geopolitical matters, but also in global economic matters. And I think it will hurt in the short term, and I think it is the only thing that will actually really make a change. Think of having a teenager and they have a debit card or a credit card, and they just spend money. You can't get them to stop making wrong decisions. What's the only way you can do? you either take the credit cards away or you make it very painful for them to use the credit cards. And that's where tariffs are. Interestingly enough, the people that will be punished first is the American voter, because our goods and our consumption will become more expensive. Our high value assets will drop short term. But in the long run, the biggest economy will always win. And again, all of this happening doesn't make a difference in the fact that crypto and blockchain is the future. And whenever you know you are absolutely certain about something happening in the future, then you have to make then you have the unique opportunity to make a change for yourself. And if what I say appeals to you, I invite you to go to my landing page. You can find it under my bio, the profile link, and join the crypto lifestyle. Thanks for your attention. I'm gonna have to start eating now.